The seasons have definitely swung into autumn mode here on our 1 acre property in Victoria, Australia. It's got quite cold and wet very suddenly, but with a couple of warmer sunny days, it's the perfect opportunity to get out and do some pottering around in the gardens and tidy up a little. Pottering is really the most apt description of what we're currently up to. No big projects have been undertaken this week, no definitive new beginnings or endings in the garden. It's that time of year where the leaves are changing, creating a constant source of material for the compost pile. The area under the grapes is getting the most of my attention today for a bit of a spruce up. This is my new toy I received this week, a Japanese hand hoe, made by the Swedish company DeWitt. It's made for digging around in the dirt, but our mate Lily brought hers over a couple of weeks ago and absolutely blitzed the weeds that were growing through the concrete with it, and I had to get one of my own. Using it this way will blunt the blade area against the concrete, but you can just resharpen that as required. A while back we started this project, putting the trellis up behind the berries. We had big plans of painting it pink and mounting it with a frame, but after sitting on it, getting hardly done for the longest time, I've cracked it and just chucked it up in a way that can be easily taken down again when we redo it properly. Admittedly, I've gone a bit rogue on this one. Betty was definitely of the opinion that we should wait and do it properly in one hit rather than just getting it done in a temporary way and fixing it later, so sorry about that, Betty. The veggie patch is definitely still kicking on in some ways, and in other ways it's definitely coming to an end. We're watching the final growth periods of the corn, pumpkins, rock melons and watermelons, just about reaching their full growth now, but it's a race between them and the weather. Other things like the chilies, snow peas and beans are kicking off again for another round of growth. Even some of the roses further up the garden have decided to shoot out some new buds. Here's our first broad bean from this new growth. These flowers haven't stopped yet either. It's really nice having so much colour around, even though the weather has started to get really cool and the days are getting shorter. Almost as soon as I put the camera down and I actually got some mowing done the other day, the rains came through and we just had to put it away. So that is standard autumn behaviour. 1 minute the sun shines out, next minute rain clouds, stormy weather, washed me out. And the best part of it all, and by best I mean worst, is all the leaves have just blown a pile down again. So this is going to be an ongoing task until the trees completely bare. But what I am looking forward to when the trees are bare is that I'm going to give them all a bit of a haircut and trim them down, particularly the trees in the orchard area. They're just way too big for us to be able to even reach things that are up the top, and I'm also going to trim them in a way that means that it's easier to mow around the bases, because at the moment there's a lot of areas I can't get to with a zero turn because I get hit in the face with branches and I have to pull the manual mower out. We've actually got an electric mower, so I use that for just around here. Saves having to get petrol and whatnot, and when we've got the zero turn I don't need a very full-on mower for just pushing it around as well, which is good. It's another day, and today it's sunny again, so thought I'd get outside and enjoy it, get some vitamin D happening while I can. Today's task is to get back to this area under the fig tree. Obviously I'm going to rake the leaves up again because it's just going to be a consistent thing for a bit, but also the back area through here, other than the fact the grass has gone bonkers. I've also been afraid about snakes hanging out there during the summer months. So I've got some bigger plans of tackling this area, but I think the first thing I'm going to do now is to clear it up a little bit, and I've got to be a bit careful because there might still be snakes around at the moment, but we'll see how it goes. I'll just keep my fingers crossed I don't come across anything I need to deal with. So this area behind me here, I can see that there's been bulbs growing at some point and they've shot out, and now they kind of had their time and they're falling over. I don't necessarily want to get rid of all the bulbs. Cats are just meowing in the background. I don't necessarily want to get them, but I'm not really sure how to salvage them while clearing all of the other stuff out that needs to go, like all the grass and weeds and things like that. Stop meowing! What are you doing? Do you want me to drop you in a pile of leaves? Yeah? Is that what's going on? Say hi, Maui. Hello. Hello. So I'm starting here at the front because I'm hoping that if I incrementally move to the back, I'm less likely to stumble across snakes or anything else that I don't really want to find. So they have a chance to skedaddle as they hear me coming up. So I've pretty much got through for a first initial run. There is a few points where there's some big roots coming through, and I can't tell if they're from the fig tree itself or from over here where the agapanthus are and some other things. So I'm just sort of delicate around them at the moment, but I'll get in and do a finer run through at another time. Garlic grave update. I think that a couple of things are growing there, but I'm not 100% sure they aren't grass. This is just there. It kind of flopped over, but I think that might be something. And then that might be something just there. That might be something as well, but yeah, a few other bits and pieces, but I'm not quite sure. That's probably enough for today. I guess the theme of the video that we're putting out at the moment is that there might not be big things going on, but there's always little things going on, and sometimes I feel like they might not be video worthy, so I don't pick up the camera, but there's always lots going on. And I think the day-to-day just maintenance and being in the garden and weeding and blah blah blah, it's not exciting stuff, but it is the stuff that makes this a really nice way to live. Just getting your hands dirty, getting the fresh air, getting a bit of vitamin D from the sun, because heaven knows that I need the vitamin D to stay a happy people. Alright, catch you later.